pretty well last week, Montañez, losing to Novak Djokovic in Rome. It was Roger Vasselin, who's playing some good tennis in the latter part of his career. "26 years of age, but still very young, really, as far as his tennis career goes. 2004, he's been a pro some 9 years now. You can see the 4 career titles for Monfils. The last of those coming in 2011 when he won in Stockholm indoors. So won twice on French soil as well, in Montpellier and in Metz. Look at that career prize money, $6.5 million he's banked already, but this year 13 wins, and really starting to perhaps produce some results, because last week in Bordeaux, he had a pretty good run in the Challenger, didn't he?
Yeah, went and won that tournament. Was really struggling for matches under the belt, was Monfils. Yeah, he's had a torrid time of it, and you never quite know what you're going to get from this guy. It's either sheer brilliance or just complete rubbish. Quite frustrating to watch at times, but I think all his fans hang in there, because when he's on top form, he is just so effective. Such an athlete as well, so good to see him back.
Well, I hope there's no tiebreak involved for Robin Haase today, because he's set a record actually on the ATP World Tour. I'm sure he's sick of hearing about this, but the first player ever to lose 17 consecutive tiebreaks is Robin Haase. Rough justice, but we'll forget about that for a moment. Look at his results in 2013, pretty good. 11 wins and 13 defeats. Picked up some good form lately. Qualified in Madrid and in Oreias in Portugal. He had a couple of wins in each of those events in the main draw as well. Beat Dolgopolov in Madrid and then beat Andújar. It was a good win in Oreias on reflection. So prior to that, a couple of first round defeats on the dirt. Didn't start the year well either, really, did Robin Haase. Possesses a pretty decent game though, doesn't he? The aggressive style of play.
Yes, you know, got an all-court game. He likes to finish some of his points off at the net, but the forehand's his main weapon, and the first serve. Got a good kick on it as well. Bit of a fiery character, Robin Haase. Needs to keep his emotions in check. I've witnessed a few matches where he's completely lost it out there. Quite emotional, but when things are going well, he's quite a good front runner. So Monfils has definitely got to watch out early on. Doesn't want to give Haase the early lead. But he can be definitely a handful.
Good to see Monfils back. Definitely is his box office. And I'm sure a lot of people would have looked at the schedule today and they would have been excited by this particular match. Excited to see Monfils back in action. There's Blades. Trevanovsky, the chair umpires, throwing out a few new names this week. Some of the best wheels in the business. Monfils, he really has. Lightning fast. An athlete you feel that perhaps could turn his attention to any sports and be good at it. Has had an injury list perhaps that would fill not just an episode of ER, you'd probably feel it would fill an entire series what he's had to go through.
Bad memories for Haase at this tournament as well. A few years back, twisting his ankle against Victor Hanescu, I remember. But, hopefully won't see any of that this evening. Monfils, you can see with left calf muscle taped, hopefully just precaution.
Wouldn't be right there, would it, if he didn't have anything taped?
Yeah, he's got to have
something taped.
Exactly. It feels a bit strange if something's not hurting. So many of these players will be carrying niggles. Very seldom do they walk on the court without something aching or hurting. Just how well you deal with it, and hopefully it doesn't turn into something too serious.
Was size number 7 in the world was Monfils. So last year missed the French, Wimbledon, the Olympics and the US Open. Returned in September, did the Frenchman, but was unable to really compete at any level. It's been tough for him, no doubt. Still young, 26 really, if you think about it. He's got 3 or 4 good years if he can stay healthy. If, it's a big if, and if he can. Certainly someone you feel that can compete with the very best. Perhaps not consistently. Stringing back-to-back matches together. Of course you remember, a guy was a French Open semi-finalist a few years ago, was Monfils. That was, of course, in 2008. Lost to Federer in the semi-finals there. To Ferrer, Lubicic on the way. Quarter-finals as well the year later when he lost to Federer again. And quarter-finals in 2011. So he's played well at Roland Garros. In fact, of all the Frenchmen, he's probably embraced it more than anyone else. The slightly different pressures of playing at the French Open.
Merci. À jouer.
This is the Open de Nice on the Côte d'Azur. Just a couple of days away from the second major of the year.
You asked for Coke, yeah?
A little bit of Coca-Cola never goes amiss, does it?
Yeah, just get the heart rate up.
Nick Lester alongside Arvin Palmer here in the commentary box to round the day off. The lights are on. Let's hope it's a good one.
I do find with Monfils it's all about court position. Don't want to get too far behind that baseline. He possesses a lot of power. Most effective when he's attacking.
Yeah, Monfils' run last week to winning that challenger, as Arvin mentioned, where he had some good wins, beat Jocelyn Oana, Edouard Roger Vasselin, who's in the semis here, Martin O'Lund, David Goffin he beat as well. And the final beat Michael Lodra. Big event that down in Cote. Number one, Richard Gasquet won that event a couple of years ago, and I think it was 3 years ago. Then went on to win here as well.
Well, you do feel he's far too good to be languishing down at 109 in the world. Monfils, you just hope he gets a good run at it. Second half of the year coming up, and needs to stay injury-free. Build on the confidence he's worked on last couple of weeks. Won a lot of matches.
Yeah, it's a tough man to play on this surface, Monfils, because he can make the court feel pretty small by dint of his incredible movement. It's a fine beginning.
Yeah, it just seems as if he can take one or two strides and he's pretty much covered the whole of the baseline. Closes down those gaps very quickly. He's got some serious firepower as well, so give him half a chance. When he's at his best, he pulls the trigger. I think he's been a little guilty as Monfils of just kind of being a bit too passive at times, but good signs in that opening game. Mixing aggression with consistency very nicely. Haase, on the evidence of that first game, is going to have a long night ahead of him. Or a short one if Monfils has anything to do with it. World-class defence there from Monfils.
Looking pretty fresh right now. Monfils. Interesting to know, wouldn't it? Side taking all the injuries out of his game and whatever else. But interesting to sort of talk to him honestly and say, like, how many times do you feel you've beaten yourself in your career? Well, forget about the injuries. We know he's had loads of those, but so many times I've seen Monfils play and you just think, just not dialed in. It's just not. His ability to concentrate is just not there. And I remember Roger Rashid saying to me a few years ago, very interesting, he said that he feels that Monfils should be better suited to probably playing a team sport. where he could actually have periods in matches where he just wasn't there, and yet just his individual brilliance would shine through.
Yeah, I agree. I think he does find it very hard to focus for an entire match. Obviously, in a team sport, you can maybe get away with switching off for a second or two, rely on your mates to pull you through. On a tennis court, though, it can be very penal if you go walkabout. Because looking at him at the start of this match, he looks very focused. Looks very determined. Just whether he can kind of keep this up when the going gets tough as well.
Tough start this for Robin Haase. Not settled at all. Monfils has given him nothing. It's long. And Monfils just making plenty of balls, making Robin Haase miss right now. Double break. Dropped so low down the rankings. Monfils actually needed a wild card to win the French Open. He was given one of those. Draw made 11:30 Paris time tomorrow for the second major of the year. Looking forward to that. Big question on the men's side, of course. Will Djokovic and Nadal be in the same half of the draw? We shall see. joke how well this guy moves. And how well and how athletic he is. I mean, look at this. No chance from here, really, is there?
Just looking so sharp. First 3 games. You see the focus in his eyes.
Well, he's El Fuego at the moment, Monfils running over his opponent.
And the good thing for him is it still looks as if he's playing well within himself, controlling the rally very nicely. Certainly doesn't look as if he's over-hitting. Just very few unforced errors from the Frenchman. Well, this point will certainly make him feel a little better. Keeping it nice and short. Excellent whip from Monfils. Doing all the damage. Really, the final ball was a formality. Still one that not only dragged him out wide, but he had to move forward to that one. And then able to make the ground up.
Has reached the one semi-final already this year. That was in Auckland when he had some good wins. Beat Tommy Haase along the way there in the very second week of the year. Same story really after that. Missed a couple of weeks with injury and then didn't play between Marseille, which was middle of February, all the way until the middle of April, for a good 2 months off. Oh, it's a good play. Haase was back to the wall, has put together a good sequence of points. Still way behind in this opening set. 1-4. So good start to this quarter-final from Gael Monfils, 4-1.
He's being forced to go for that little extra if he wants to hit those winners. Needs to go closer to the lines, riskier play.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Such a good timer of the ball, Monfils. Doesn't swing at the ball that hard, relies on timing.
Nicking a guy in Robin Haase, who, let's not forget, is ranked 69 in the world, look distinctly average right now.
Just reading the play so well. Held his ground there.
That's the mark, yeah.
Has to be that good right now to get it by the Frenchman.
So often a combination we see on the clay. The big foot serve and then followed up with the forehand. Good body serve there from Haase. Maybe something he can do a little more of.
Excellent half volley as well. Monfils out of court. From love 30, Robin Haase does well there to reduce the gap. The first set there you would have thought out of reach. 5-2 for Monfils.
Yeah.
Nous soutenons tout le tennis. Chaque joueur, chaque femme, chaque seconde.
Sun setting slowly here on the south of France. It's going pretty smoothly so far for the wild card. Serving for this opening set.
It just looks as if he just holds on to this final forehand just a fraction longer. Haase just flat-footed. When those type of shots come off, you know you're in trouble. He just can't help himself, can he? Always goes for the toughest choice. Most flamboyant shot.
Yeah, extravagance. Full command of this set. And after just not even half an hour, it's a couple of set points. That's a very confident opening set from Monfils. He won the Challenger last week in Bordeaux. Just 26 minutes, he's on his way to the semi-finals here in Nice. 6-2. Monfils, who's been away from the game for far too long in recent times. It's looking very sharp here so far. Good win against Fabio Fognini yesterday.
This is going to be a huge opening game for Haase. He needs to stay in touch early doors.
Where can he be again, Monfils? Where do you think? I mean, obviously there's so many ifs and buts with him, but I think he can get back to the top 10 where he was once before.
I certainly think he can get back to the top 20, no doubt. But from there, I think he needs to realise he needs to play a little bit more aggressively at times, play the right style of game.
Haase.
Needed that. Gets himself in front. Yeah, Monfils, it's perhaps best times. You look back to 2010, 2011, really. Together some really consistent results over that period in his career. Ranked in the world's top 10 for, if you look back all the way from sort of April 2010 all the way to, sorry, April 2011, all the way through to the end of that year.
Ball boys, can you keep the balls? Don't roll them behind. Thank you.
That was a serious injection of pace there from Monfils, moving backwards.
Quite got the same ability to punch holes in the court as he is his opponent.
and 1.
Just got his feet all wrong there, did Haase. He's looking to run around and play his forehand, but a little stuck.
Oh, that's better from Haase. Didn't fancy his chances early on in the rally, but hung in there.
Yes.
Well, that's not going to get the job done. It was a little telegraphed and poorly executed. Way too high. Easy pickings for the likes of Monfils. Quick up to that one.
Oh, that's special. That really is.
Fighting fire with fire. Monfils there. Haase throwing everything into that previous forehand. Came back with interest. Choosing the right way that time, Haase. Always a good play, effective play when playing against quick opponents. They're very quick to cover the open court, so back behind. Sometimes the best play.
A surprise tactic thrown in there just to confuse Monfils. Does the trick. And it's Haase who's doing a better job in this second set of staying in touch. Beautiful scene. It really brings out the colour of the clay, doesn't it, when the lights are on like this? As we said earlier on the history of this event, this is where Suzanne Lenglen used to play her tennis back in the day. Noah practiced here many times. final warm-up event before Roland Garros, reaching the business end of the event.
A little extra spring in his step at the moment. Haase certainly settled down nicely in this second set, playing a bit more confidently.
Oh, he's missed it, has he? I think he has.
Yeah.
I think the call came
After
from
you hit
Haase,
the
didn't
ball.
it?
I think he was
After you hit the ball.
just willing that ball out, wasn't he?
He's a little perturbed by that, but as the umpire said, it happened after you hit it, so. Break point. It's long. No, it's not. It's good. Oh, well done. And Monfils is broken.
Well, such a smart point there from Haase. Really played with a lot of margin at the start of that rally. Nice high, deep balls. He's very patient. Waited to pull the trigger. The forehand down the line. It's exceptional. It's good play at the start of the second set. Getting his reward.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain quiet.
Return just a little bit too short. So right now, keeping his foot firmly on the accelerator.
Barely see him on the screen. That far back. Life made a lot harder if you're trying to play from back there.
Seemed to lose his grip a fraction on the racket. And that's a thanks for the chance to break straight back here. Oh, it's disappointing from the Dutchman. It really is. And he knows it. Worked hard to get the break, but Monfils bounces back immediately. 3-2 here in the second set.
Nous sommes à Cote.
It's been 30 years since a Frenchman last won at Roland Garros. Noah, the last man to do it.
Sensible play there from Monfils that time. Easily up to this drop shot. Didn't do anything fancy, just bunting this one up the line and getting in good position at the net.
Outstanding from Monfils again. Was pulling the ball from behind him here.
Well, this is just pure strength that he had to hit the ball that well. Force the issue there. The depth that beat Haase in the end.
distance. Monfils.
Haase thinks it's just missed the service box. Well, it doesn't like it just missed, I think it missed by a lot. It has.
Line umpire. Line umpire. Thank you.
Ooh. Wasn't far away.
False.
It's a beauty from Monfils, it really is. This guy just has so much game.
Yeah, just guided it up the line. On the line. So tough to read.
So another game in the bag.
So unpredictable at times. Tough to get a read on the game. Not quite sure what he's going to try next. It's another reason why he's so difficult to play against. Expect the unpredictable.
sure you hit with enough pace to get the ball up and away and out of your opponent's reach. Big couple of points for Robin Haase coming up right here. That's the first fail. Chance for Monfils to break once again.
Merci.
Got him. Haase's approach really not up to much. And the Dutchman might be heading to Paris in the morning, because Monfils now with a set and a break advantage. Full moon just above us here. I say just above us, about a million miles above us actually, but Gael Monfils looking to win what would be 8th match in a row in the south of France in the last 10 days.
Up till now, it really has been an excellent performance from Monfils. You can tell he's played a lot of matches. Unforced error there from him, but very few and far between. Perseverance paid off there for Haase. Looked down and out. He was trying all sorts there. Reverted to moonballing halfway through that rally. Just a small opportunity for the Dutchman. And that's what you talk about with Monfils, is just these kind of mini lapses of concentration. 15-30 down, just a couple of games away. Really needs to be ultra solid. Not the time to go for a shot like that. It's much better. Keep it simple. Big targets. Plenty of height over the net as well. Ripping that with spin.
Oh, well done. To keep his concentration there. It's just been a wobbling a touch.
These shots are never easy to deal with, certainly when you break point down. Just coming to with no pace on it.
A little shake of the head and bemused look, Monfils. Oh, that's just phenomenal. Makes the game looks just so easy at times. Too good.
Really hasn't done very well behind his second serve as Haase this match. Only won 7 from 21. Monfils has returned very well, aggressively, taking time away.
So, after just a little over an hour, really, Gael Monfils, a dominant performance. The winner last week in Bordeaux. On the verge of a second semi-final in 2013. Well, you're a drop shot, Monfils. You take a rather large risk.
Hasn't really got the touch, Haase, this evening. A little heavy-handed a few times.
Well, that'll do it. It will be 2 Frenchmen and 2 Spaniards that make up the semi-final lineup here in Nice on Friday afternoon. Gael Monfils wins his 8th match in a row in the south of France. Impressively so. Can he remain fit? That's really the question. Looking good though.
Yeah, really fine performance from the Frenchman. Just moving fantastically well, hitting the ball very heavy. And, for the majority of the match, kept it pretty simple as well with his game plan. He's had a slight wobble there in the second set, but recovered well. And I think he'll be delighted with the way he's playing at the moment.
Probably have to say he's a favourite to go and win this title now as well. Monfils, we shall see. My thanks to Arvin Palmer from myself and Nick Lester. We'll hopefully catch you tomorrow for more live action semi-finals from the latest stop here on the ATP World Tour. Bye for now.
Juste quelques petits mots avec Gaël. Gaël qui vient de faire un match extrêmement solide contre un Robinazeux qui peut être vraiment dangereux. Au niveau de ton niveau de jeu qui a été vraiment très bon techniquement, tactiquement, on sent surtout que tu as beaucoup d'envie sur le terrain.
C'est sûr, j'aimerais bien faire. Je me sens de mieux en mieux, je me sens mieux les coups, je me sens mieux en déplacement. Donc aujourd'hui, j'ai réussi à faire un match complet du début à la fin, donc je suis content de ma performance.
Là, tu en es à ton 8e match, peut-être même plus, d'affilée gagné entre Bordeaux la semaine dernière, là, tu as encore 3 ici. Et on sent qu'à chaque fois que tu arrives à bien récupérer, est-ce que tu prends soin de tes récup ou est-ce que juste tu te sens bien et que c'est les victoires qui font que sur le terrain tu te sens bien?
Je pense que je fais beaucoup de récup, je fais attention à bien récupérer, mais voilà, ça commence un peu quand même à tirer, donc voilà, il faut encore plus travailler la récup et j'espère que je pourrai continuer à livrer des bons matchs comme ça.
On a l'impression que tu as encore de la marche physiquement, donc on est content pour ton match demain en demi-finale. Félicitations Gaël pour cette belle victoire. Gaël Monfils. Si vous souhaitez connaître le programme de demain, vous aurez à partir de 14h30 la première demi-finale qui opposera Albert Montanes, espagnol, à Édouard Roger Vassin, le français invité du tournoi. Et ensuite, il y aura la deuxième demi-finale, donc avec Gaël, qui aura, j'espère, récupéré face à Pablo Andújar, celui qui a battu Gilles Simon tout à l'heure. Et en dernier match, vous aurez le double entre les Français Nicolas Mahut et Édouard Roger Vassin, qui aura récupéré, opposé aux deux Colombiens, Cabal et Farah. Faites une bonne soirée et à demain, j'espère.